All of us want to leave work at the end of the day knowing that you got to pour your heart into whatever you're doing that day. For me, this reward comes by knowing that you're positively impacting lives at a scale that you can't do in any other profession. I am Geoffrey Okamoto, and I'm the first Deputy Managing Director at the International Monetary Fund. We were a critical part of fighting the pandemic in its early phase, and our economists were the ones that put together this paper that basically articulated a global vaccination strategy that is now being pursued by all governments around the world. As first Deputy Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund, it's a relatively broad portfolio which includes guiding the overall institution strategy, managing the relationship with our board, setting our capital budgets for the institution. A critical part of being able to do that well was something I got here from Cal Poly Pomona, which is kind of a systematic approach to problem analysis. Few people ever think that they'll be in the role that they're in later in life. I started off as a computer information systems graduate. I went to graduate school, fell in love with public service and finance. That put me on a trajectory towards this role. One thing that you're taught as a CIS student is how you kind of assess the problem. When you're working with computers, you're setting up a system of rules that the computer then obeys, and you see how the program runs at the end of it. Public policy is actually not too different from that. You kind of look at the real world and you examine the effects of what's going on as a result of your policy, and you have to think about whether that's a policy you want to continue or one you want to change or one you want to scrap. You're never quite sure where your skills are going to be deployable, so you have to be a little bit malleable. You start by having to just experiment with a lot of different things. Keep a very open mind on not just what the marketplace demands, but on what your interests might be along the way. They will evolve as you evolve as a person. It's an uncertain future. Trust that your abilities and the skills you're getting at Cal Poly Pomona are going to equip you with everything you need to be successful